John Eats Cheap, we're trying something new tonight. I want to revisit foods that I would not eat as a kid or I hated as a kid, but now that I'm adult, I'm willing to give them a try. And one of them is pimento cheese. I didn't like it. I think it was because of just the red of the pimentos. It threw me off. It was like, that can't be good. There's red things in there. I didn't know what a pimento was. Turns out it's like a red pepper. So we have some pimentos, some cheese, and mayo. That's the basic recipe right there. Trisha Yearwood, we love all her recipes, and it's like half a cup of mayo, a couple cups of cheese, and a jar of drained pimentos. But doing some research, a lot of people add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and some onion, just like a tablespoon of onion, just kind of for the flavor and the juice, and a little bit of cracked black pepper. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start out with the shredded cheese. We'll get about 8 ounces or 2 cups. And this does need to be, home shredded. And this is, the stuff out of a bag won't work. And really you kind of add mayo now. We'll go with about half a cup. You may need to add a little or take a little away. That's going to be a lot of pimento cheese, Mrs. Cheap. Is that?
How are you going to take mayo away?
Well, you won't take it away, but you'll add more cheese or what, you make it.
Okay, just asking. I didn't know if you had a trick.
This is going to be a lot of pimento cheese, so I hope we like it. Add about half a cup of mayo. And I drained, this is like a 7 ounce, no, it's 4 ounces. Diced pimentos, dromedary. Isn't that like a camel? Dromedary camel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in there. Which, when you're a kid and you're used to just yellow cheese, that is a little distracting. Oh boy, I can smell it though.
Oh,
it
yeah.
smells good. By the way, and we're going to blend this with the mixer here. Whoa! That's low speed. All right, so we mixed that up, and I think we need a little bit more mayo. Or maybe I just need to mash it down with this, get it a little bit more consistency than I want. I still got to add my onions. All right, so I'm going to try with a fork. I just want to break that cheese up a little bit more. That mashes a little better. And we might not need to add much mayo, maybe a little. I do need to add my onion. I'm going to use like a garlic press because they really creamed the onion when they did it in the recipes I saw. So we'll try and do that. And yeah, that was the main thing. They called it the onion liquor or the juice that you want to get in there. So that's what I'm going to do. See, and that's kind of like the garlic, the way that works. Now let's get our splash of Worcestershire sauce. And a little fresh cracked black pepper. Mash it up. So there we go. I think we don't need to add mayo. I will say, couple of stories about pimento cheese. First of all, the pimento cheese, when I was a kid, my mom never made it. I've never seen it made before. It was always just bought, like at the deli at the store. My grandma, when she was in the home, anytime we went to visit, which was about every, 2 or 3 months, we'd take her some pimento cheese, and she loved it. Also, pimento cheese is a tradition at the Masters Golf Tournament, and they still cling to like the 1960s prices at the Masters. So a pimento cheese sandwich is like $1.50 at the Masters every year. And a beer is like $1 or $1.50, something like that. So I'm excited to try it. And Mrs. Cheap and I, we'll taste it like this to see how cold pimento cheese is, because I know that's how it's usually served, on a piece of bread. But we're going to make a burger with it. I mean, it's mayo, peppers, cheese. That's got to go good on a burger, doesn't it? We're going to find out. All right, I think that's That's about pimento cheese. I'm going to imagine this on just a piece of white bread. I really like that. I was missing out. Of course, this is homemade too. This isn't creamed up like you get at the store. That's good. I don't know. I would rather have it on something instead of just like between two pieces of bread. But I would eat that as a dip. I mean, that would be good with a chip of some kind. All right, we're going to make a burger and really make this good. But I'm impressed. I went years missing out. So our burger is ready to flip, seared on one side. Let's get some pimento on that baby. And let it melt. Let it rain. All right, so we're all melty. I toasted up a nice brioche bun. I put some on the bottom too. We're going to put that on there and just let that steam for about a minute. So there we go. Oh, we got a nice little halo around there. Some cheesy brown goodness. I know, Phoebes. Mrs. Cheap and I are going to split this. Don't worry, we'll have some chips or something else with it. Let's cut her in half and see what we got. Pimento cheese burger. It's very hot. And that's what it looks like. Ooh, it looks good to me. Try a bite with the bun. That is a good cheeseburger. You're right. Excellent. I am a fan of pimento cheese now, and it's really easy to make. Don't buy the stuff in the store, make it at home. Very easy, as you saw. Thanks for watching Johnny's Cheap. Follow us on TikTok, also YouTube. Share, like, thumbs up. We're on Facebook and Instagram as well.